Hey guys, I'm back with another long overdue DVD update. I know it's been a little bit. Um, I actually was planning to do a video a lot sooner. I actually did film a video, but I ended up not liking the way it turned out. So this is my update. A few weeks back, I took a trip to Family Video, and they had a sale, and basically all their movies that were priced at $4.95 previously viewed. If you bought 10 of them, basically you got them for $1.50, so it was $15. So I ended up buying 9 horror movies and one movie for the kids. So I decided that I'd only show you guys the movies that I watched. So I have 4 movies here, and I got 5 more to show you once I get around to watching them. So I'm just going to get right into it now. The first title you see here is Blood Night, and this one's subtitled The Legend of Mary Hatchet. It stars Daniel Harris and Bill Moseley. The plot of this one is there was like it starts with a young girl, and she's like psychotic, and she basically kills her family, and then they put her in a away institution. And later on, she gets raped. She has a kid. They tell her the kid died in childbirth, and she flips out and kills everybody in the institution, and they kill her. And then she becomes like this huge urban legend for the town, and all the kids kind of celebrate what she did on their Blood Night. This was a pretty decent supernatural slasher movie. I enjoyed this one a fair bit. Um, Bill Moseley's character, I think they modeled him after that crazy guy that was in the first two Friday 13th movies, the original ones, where he used to be like, "You're all doomed." He used to wear like the black vest and the white shirt. So he kind of has that kind of role in this one. And the kills are decent in this one, and it does have a twist, but you'll see the twist coming halfway through the movie. But I still enjoyed this one. All right. Next up, we have Lovely Molly, and this was directed by one of the co-directors of the Blair Witch Project. And I had described this movie as kind of a descent into madness, and on the part of the girl. Basically, the plot of this movie is a young couple just got recently married. They move back into the bride's childhood home, and then he's kind of like always on the road. I think he's a trucker or something like that. And then her mental stability just descends. It's just like she hears weird noises in the house and stuff like that, and she starts going crazy. There's also another added issue where she was an ex-junkie, so that kind of comes into play too. And it's this whole is she insane, is she not insane type of thing. I thought it was decent. A lot of people don't like this film, but I enjoyed it a lot. I also like on the disc it's got kind of let's see if I can do this. Kind of got the weird stuff on it. It doesn't even have the name of the movie, just this weird emblem stuff on it. Not sure what that was all about. And I did like the lead actress. I thought she was really good. She made the movie for me. Okay, these next two films are very similar. Um, I would call them, I describe them as kind of like raised by serial killer movies. And so first up we have Bereavement. Now this one's actually a prequel to a movie called Malevolence that came out about 8 years ago. And that movie actually was kind of almost like had a similar structure as From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's basically it starts off being a crime film, then turns into a horror film. In this case, instead of it being vampires, it was a serial killer in a farmhouse. So this is the story that leads into that one, and it's kind of interesting because the revelation in Malevolence comes later into the movie, and this one kind of picks up on the end of that movie, going back into the first the late was it the late 80s and early 90s. So this is about a serial killer that abducts a young boy, and he wants to make him into a killer. And there's this whole side plot too with this young girl that moves into the town to stay with her uncle, which is played by Michael Bain, after her family passes away. And she sees the boy in an old abandoned factory and stuff like that. It's an interesting film, but um, I did enjoy the film. I'm gonna have to get another copy because the disc is scratched, and it's interesting because it's not really scratched on the information side. It's scratched on the top. This Anchor Bay disc. This is an Anchor Bay release. They're clear. There's no screen printing, and there's a scratch right here, and I think it's a deep scratch. And I think it actually scratched right through to the information side. So I don't know if I'm gonna get many more movies from Family Video because of that. You know, like most places where I get previously viewed stuff, they're usually in good condition, but the rental discs, I just don't know anymore. So, and the thing about it too is there's only one copy that's there when I bought it, so I'm pretty much sure that they're not going to have another one. I'll probably return this to get another movie. Next we have Chained, and this one was directed by Jennifer Lynch. Now, on the surface, the plot of Chained is very similar to Bereavement, but it is a bit different, and it's actually a better movie of the two. If you're only going to see one Raised by a Serial Killer movie, I would suggest seeing Chained as opposed to Bereavement. And the main thing is because of Vincent D'Onofrio. He was the killer in the Cell, and he was also in that CSI, not CSI, Law and Order: Criminal Intent. I think he may have even gained weight for the role, or he may just gained weight. I don't know. But basically, he's like a cab driver who's also a serial killer, and that's how he gets his victims. Because usually they get in the cab and then he, you know, forces them to come back to his house in the middle of nowhere. Um, but he picks up like a mother and son, and he takes them back home and he kills the mom. But he decides to keep the boy and raise him as his own, with the intention of turning him into a killer. Um, like this one was really hard to watch. Of the two movies, it's much darker than Bereavement. Bereavement has more of an Ed Gein type of feel to it, whereas this one is just crazy. And I think Vincent even talks in a different voice. He even makes his voice sound a lot different than his normal voice. Um, it's really kind of weird, almost like a New York type accent. But there's a lot of clues in this one because there is a twist towards the end, but I won't even get into it. I don't want you to watch the movie and then look for the twist. But I did enjoy it, and the twist actually made the movie a lot better for me because I had some questions as I was watching the movie, and it answered the questions. And I am going to watch this one again with the commentary between Vincent D'Onofrio and Jennifer Lynch. Here's the back. And you can see again, it's one of those stupid, you know, silk screen DVDs with no protective stuff on the front. I'm going to have to look out for that. For most of the other discs I went through and I scanned through to make sure they didn't freeze up. I still have a couple more to do that. Alright guys, so that's my update, and hopefully I'll have the rest of the update for you guys very soon. Thanks for watching, and next time I'll talk to you later.